From the banks of the Allegheny, welcome to Film Bits, Episode 3, Part 4. All right, we are back. I'm not even going to give any reminders, except for this one. We had the sex scene with Marty and his wife, and we cut back into modern-day time with Marty and the two detectives in modern day, and that's right where we're going to jump in. So let's do it. Start her up.
Well, we pulled a few hospital patients. Tall, scarred, sex offenders. The one kid did B&Es. He had to tug one out before he could leave a scene. Yeah, and a lot of room work then. Which one of you guys is the box man?
Boxman is the guy who does the interrogation.
You. Yeah? I used to be pretty good in there myself. Not as good as Rust.
I know, son. I can read this.
It's a great scene here.
You're not bad. It's not you. There's a weight, and it's got its fish hooks in your heart and your soul.
Low camera angle. That then kind of comes up to normal.
It's not your fault. It's not.
This two shot up and close, really tight on the faces.
That same weight.
Director wants you to see all of this.
Get along in a job, the same weight that wouldn't let you get along at school. Same weight that wouldn't let you have a mom. I know these things, Chris.
I'm weak. I'm sick. I get to the houses and I can't leave.
Artie's like, damn. He's confessing.
You got one way out. And it's through the grace of God. You are only as the Lord made you. You are not flawed. We, you, me, people, we don't choose our feelings. There's grace in this world, and there's forgiveness for all, but you have to ask for it.
I do. I want it. I want it. I'm asking. Tell me. Please just tell me what to say. I want to confess. I want to confess.
Sorry about that. You're a sis record, man. That's something else.
Any pointers?
Oh, I never really found it that hard. You know, you just look at somebody and think like they think. Negative capability. I mean, I guess it's a skill. But most times you don't even need that. You know, you just look them in the eyes, the whole story's right there. Everybody wears their hunger in their haunt, you know. You just gotta be honest about what can go on up here. A locked room.
That's the name of the episode, by the way, The Locked Room. I find it interesting. It just shows the master psychologist that Rust is when he's talking to that guy. He uses religion to get him to confess. Even though Rust has no belief in religion, but he just sort of reveals right here, you know, that's what he does. Again, these are the kinds of people like he saw at the religious revival who aren't splitting the atom. Propensity for obesity and to believe in fairy tales. That's an easy read for Rust. That's an easy conquest. That's why he says he didn't really find it that difficult. Because he's intellectually superior to them anyway, and he knows how to manipulate them into giving him what he wants. Now, this also speaks to the fact that, or it could to some of you, what about Rust's morality? He is literally selling a a book of goods that he does not believe in to get to a means. Do the ends justify the means? That's up for you all to decide. I'm just trying to delineate the points in Rust's character as we start to find out more and more about this guy, and to see where his lines are, where is too far and where isn't far enough. Let's pick it back up.
But then again, I'm terrible with cards. Yes, while we were grilling B&E, jerk-offs, and burn victims, I decided to put in insomnia to good use.
So that's a voiceover from the modern day. I decided to put insomnia to good use. Again, obsessed. Marty called him obsessed. Tunnel vision, myopic. He can't sleep. He needs Quaaludes to sleep. So he's working this case 20, 22 hours a day. Maybe sometimes 24, 48 in a string.
I've seen the finale of thousands of lives, man. Young, old. Each one is so sure of their realness. You know that their sensory experience constituted a unique individual.
I like this montage, the way it rolls
Meaning.
place to place there.
So certain that they were more than a biological puppet.
Again, let's talk about mise en scène, the things that we see on the screen. Notice how, as we have spent now 2.5 episodes with Rust, what has popped up on this table. When he sat down, it was nothing. Now we got his cigarettes, which we've seen him smoke. We've got the big hug mug, which is his ashtray. We've got his flask. We've got a couple Lone Stars to the left, and then we got the lids or bottoms that he's cut off of a couple of Lone Stars to the right. Just wanted to point that out.
Truth wheels out, everybody sees. Once the strings are cut off, all down.
And that may have been the alarm that let him know to come here.
I wouldn't say that. Definitely not shy about
Maggie has arranged a date.
No, that's not what I mean. His personality. He's edgy.
Yeah, intense, more like introvert.
I don't want another drunk. The last cop you showed me,
Oh, wait, Steve's going through a tough time.
he threw up in my lap.
Don't worry about that. Getting him near your lap is going to be the challenge. Oh, hey.
That's a great line.
Hey, Russ. Hey, Maggie.
Hi, Russ.
Jennifer Rustin.
Nice to meet you.
Well, you walk over here.
Camera on a slow track here, moving. Doing a slight 360.
Okay.
Common technique used at a table in filming. And then we go back out to this wide shot.
Just when I thought he couldn't get any strange.
Are you serious?
He tastes colors.
So, what is synesthesia?
Synesthesia. It's a misalignment of synaptic receptors and triggers. Alkalize colors, certain metallics. It's a type of hypersensitivity. One sense triggers another sense. Like sometimes I'll see a color and it'll put a taste in my mouth. A touch, a
Uh-oh,
texture,
who's that?
A scent may put a note in my head.
I've heard
Oh!
that it can be a side effect of statin.
It's not a side effect.
So when something feels good, does that mean it feels twice as good? Like from 2 different ways?
Could. Yeah.
The waitress will bring him, babe.
Well, wait. I'll be right back.
It's interesting that you can tell that this was Maggie's idea, not necessarily Marty's. I think Marty wants to get along with Rust. There's just whatever is constantly comes between them. He has a professional respect for Rust, but it feels like he's kind of enduring this double date more than actually being excited to get Rust hooked up. And then Marty now goes from the altruistic, so to speak, of trying to help Rust to this, what is she doing here and who is she talking to? Now remember, this is Marty's side piece, if you will. Marty's the married one. But it would appear, as seen with the mowing the lawn from the last part, Marty's got a bit of a jealous streak to him.
Refill and 2 rums.
Can I have another beer? Thank you.
What are you doing?
Does it look like I'm on a date, aren't you?
So are you gonna go home with this guy?
It's really none of your business. Do you fuck your wife?
What do you want me to do? Look, is this your way of trying to talk divorce?
My God, Marty, I don't want to marry you. That's my whole point. It's just run its course.
Oh, it hasn't. Come here, have a shot.
Hey, I didn't just come here to drink,
Let me just sit this down.
Be fun?
Yeah.
So Marty's dancing.
Oh, nothing.
The girl's dancing.
Saw a guy supposed to be in Paris.
Don't ever remember her name. Is Rust out there? Yay! Rust is dancing too.
It's beautiful. It's not Paris, but it's clean. It's clear.
You been to Paris?
For a month.
Not making any eye
What'd
contact
you do
with
in
her.
Paris?
Mainly just got drunk in front of Notre Dame. Each still body so certain that they were more than the sum of their urges. All the useless spinning, tired mind, collision, desire, and ignorance. You asked about the interrogation, so you want to know the truth? I've never been in a room more than 10 minutes. I didn't know whether the guy did it or not. How long does it take you?
Yeah, Russ been a lot of off-duty running DBs.
Dead bodies.
Coonhound in another life.
Coonhound.
I meant raccoon hound. Everybody's a fucking drama queen nowadays. Jesus. Look, if working his theories, if his job was his idea of himself, fine. I mean, the rest of us had families, people in our lives, good things. People give you rules. Rules describe the shape of things.
Marty and his alcohol.
Fuck you!
Fuck, Marty. Get out of here.
Fuck, Marty. Is that all you got
Stop.
for me?
Go home. I don't want this anymore.
You got that little shit bird in here?
Go away. I'll call the cops.
Let's see how that works
I know
out
other
for you.
cops.
Okay.
Get out! Marty, get out!
She said she was sick.
Marty! Stop! Stop it!
Stop your fucking dick!
tell me, or I'll have some ninth ward prison queen wearing your face for a condom. Did she suck your dick?
Just for a little bit.
Get off. Please, stop it.
Sorry I got in your face, guy. I would've really done something like that. I'm not a psycho. That's why I always said I think Russ needed a family. It's boundaries. Boundaries are good.
We're going to pause it right there. Marty, 15 years later, or whatever it's been, still lying to himself. The family didn't do anything for Marty. And again, Russ doesn't lie to himself like Marty does. Russ doesn't lie to others like Marty does. That's all I'm going to say about that. Curious how you guys are, now that you've watched a couple episodes, the response to the structure of this thing, how we go into the past and into the present, and we have these voiceovers that connect things, or sometimes we'll have a voiceover from the present that's connected to the past. And do you like it? Do you dislike it? Does it throw you? Does it make the story more entertaining? I know it does for me. I love those structural shifts in a non-linear story. I think it just engages the viewer more, even if it's a little confusing at first. You watch it enough and you start to feel the rhythm of the story, feel the rhythm of the structure and the way that the story is being told to you. All right, we're going to put this one to bed. I want to thank any of you that gave me some or all of your time to get all the way through this. And we'll be back for the next part very soon. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.